Car manufacture. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Car Manufacture is an automated tycoon game. Start at the beginning of the XX century and create thriving business. Build cars, manage people, expand your plant and research new technology. Make tons of money and stay on top. This came out as a demo 2 years ago. I did a video on it and I really enjoyed it. It was very basic back then. It's changed, well, quite a bit since the demo. It's still in early access, so there's a lot wrong with this. There is a lot wrong with this game, actually. Apparently, and I haven't got this far yet, but if you get a full massive automation going, the game is prone to lockups and crashes, which isn't good. However, where I've put, I think 9 hours in. 11. Time flies. I've put 11 hours into this, although I did go AFK a few times, and I have played it on a very slow speed just because I kind of, when I play these kind of games, and I know I'm one of the few people that do this, I don't like speeding them up. For me, when you put something on like times 10 or something, it just ruins immersion. I like to just play the game, at the speed that, it would go. And I guess a lot of people don't have the patience for that. I do, because I like to immerse myself in a car plant. It's my own car plant. It is my car plant. They are my workers. I employ them. They're building the cars that I chose them to build. I'm setting the price and I'm selling that. I've set up the production line of what I want. And I want to see that all happening in real time. And when you do it like that, the game does take forever. But it's just the way I like to play these kind of games. Now, I have had to speed it up, obviously, because I've got to get on with the next review after this, the next video. So I have had to speed it up more than I'd wanted to, but that's essentially why there's 11 hours on this and I haven't got to the end game yet. What I have seen in this game is really impressive and really fun to play. You start off by selecting the place that you want to set up. You can decide whether you can go bankrupt or not. I decided purely to say no, I don't want to go bankrupt because I don't want to have to start again when I'm doing this for a review. So I would have gone bankrupt, I can say that. I made some shocking choices on the way, but I was learning the game, so that's why I switched bankruptcy off. But essentially you decide where you want to put your factory, how much land there is, and there's different scenarios where you have less space, so you have to create a more thought out layout, if you like, of your factory. I just went for a huge thing, and so I didn't really have to worry about space. You set up your basic research and you research the old cars of, I think it's 1888 or something that you start in, or 1886, I don't know what it is, 1800s, somewhere in that era where you start. So you can imagine the shit cars that you're going to start creating. You can set that to start anytime you like. I just wanted to start back then because it would again give me more satisfaction as I come into more modern day motors. Unfortunately, I was building 1930s cars in the 1800s. It is fucked. It's just, yeah. I'm sorry, but the kind of cars I'm building were not around back in the days of stagecoaches. But yeah, that needs fixing. It didn't really spoil the game for us because I didn't really pay much attention to what year it was anyway. I was just researching the new vehicles and selling the ones that I already had unlocked. Managing the staff, you've got different types of staff to employ. You've got mechanics, you've got people who carry the parts. In my case, it was from a big cargo vessel docked just in the canal next to the river next to my factory. You've got research people, you've got salesmen, and all these people need training up. You do that by unlocking the different tiers and then spending cash to actually buy the new things that you've unlocked. It's very expensive. But this will allow you to train up all your staff to get them working better, to get them making cars faster. It's all about selling cars at the end of the day. You've got to make them fast and get rid of them fast before they become obsolete. And to do that, you need a good production line. You can start automating your production line as you get further on with your technology unlocks. But essentially, you're using manpower a lot in the early game and in the mid game. Eventually, you'll get quality control areas, you'll get salvage areas, you can open repair shops, you can open spray paint booths, and all kinds of stuff to fully automate your line and get the quality of your cars up to get more profit. And you can set the price at whatever you want. You can do advertising campaigns for your cars so that they'll trend more. Trend on Twitter in 1888. And it is fun as you see the cars that you've researched. You see them come off the production line for the first time. You choose what colour you want it, and then you see somebody buy it, and you get that money, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling. And then you try to do it en masse. You open up as many shops as you can, ploughing all the money you earn back into the business to open up more and more things that you can create cars faster with. And it's just a big management game, really. It lacks the depth of a lot of these car kind of manufacturing tycoon games, but it has enough depth there, certainly, to keep you happy. I really enjoyed myself playing it. It is a good game, there's no denying it, but it is full of bugs. I found a few bugs when I was trying to I had to sort of redo my whole factory after a while, because my base layout was just not going to work with the big production line, so I had to switch it all around. And I found a few bugs when doing that. I lost a whole fleet of cars that I had for sale just because they couldn't get out of the factory. I tried to move certain cars and that were on the parking lots where they would be sold, and I lost a few. I found cranes wouldn't operate properly even though I'd emptied them of the cargo. They were saying that they had no space for any more cargo. I had to delete them and bring in a new crane, which I lost £500 every time I had to do that, and I did that about 10 times. Very frustrating. So there is some bugs in this game, and like I say, one of the biggest immersion bugs is you can build cars from the 30s in the 1800s, which is ridiculous. But overall, I did have fun. Overall, it's a fun game. And, it isn't an expensive game. And the time that I've put in the game, I can easily put in another 10 hours in the current build that it's at and still enjoy it. So you get your money's worth. I'm going to thumb it up. It's one I can't wait to see it finished. I hope they fix all the bugs, expand it with a bit more depth, and get the realism up a bit more so you get that full-on immersion. But so far, Car Manufacture is looking like a really fun little car tycoon game.